Hi there guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been an extremely long time since I last posted a video, due to the fact that we are very busy at the moment. Day-to-day business, we are really struggling to keep up, which is never a bad thing. One can never complain, but due to that, my videos are taking a bit longer than I initially hoped, but we'll get there. So client brought in this little hobby compressor. It's a second-hand shop down the road from us. They buy and sell second-hand items, so they bought this from someone, sold it on to a client, made the mistake of never checking the compressor when it came into the shop, and they sold it to this guy and never checked it before selling it, or checked it with the client they were selling it to. Client brought it back the same day saying, "Yep, I got home, started it up, and air started leaking out of here. So here's the quick coupler that needs to go in there." And the reason for that is this big crack over here. So now this second-hand shop does not have a foot to stand on to say that well, it was in perfect order when it left the shop. So now they brought it back to me, asked me if I can sort it out for them. They need to give it back to this customer. So yeah, what I'm going to do in today's video is I'm going to change out this regulator, which is this whole body over here. As previously discussed, this is your pressure switch, so that's item on its own. Over here we've got our regulator body, which is also called a manifold. Regulator over there, bunch of outlets, so safety valve is there at the back. Quick coupler is supposed to go in here. Here's another port for the gauge. So we're going to remove this, get rid of that very brittle, poor metal, breaks very easily. And because of the circumstances, the shop also, well, they didn't say it in so many words. I can just think that they don't really want to spend too much money on this because they are at the losing end at the moment. So I told them, listen, yeah, I've got this Ryobi unit in our shop. We don't do spray painting. We mainly use this for inflating our vehicle tires, and also just cleaning out the shop with the air gun. So I've got this very cheap regulator on here as well. Same principle, same metal, but I'm not gonna go and buy a 500 rand regulator and put it on here for him. I'm just gonna take this regulator, which I don't use at all, off of my compressor and install it on his compressor. Thing is, because this is a single port pressure switch over here, so it only has one 1/4-inch outlet at the bottom, we can't use that regulator over there. Or we can probably use it if I put it upright in between here and there, and then I just need to get a 3/8 adapter to 1/4-inch out here. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. Just to give you an idea of what I'm gonna do while this video is paused, I'm gonna remove the lid on the pressure switch, which is normally held down by a screw, but this one's missing its screw. Undo the wiring. So you've got your inlet, live, neutral, earth, and on the opposite side you've got your line going to the motor, which feeds the motor. Same, bottom live, neutral, doesn't really matter, the contactors are exactly the same, so you can switch them around as long as whatever you've got on this side. So if you've got live here on top, make sure you've got live on top on the other side as well, and your earth over here. So I'm going to disconnect this wiring, take off the, I'm going to have to start with this gauge here, take that off of the manifold, then unscrew the pressure switch off of this manifold, and then only remove this manifold from here. Then I'm going to have to get an adapter to go from my 1/4 inch over here into this 3/8 female over here, and I'll put that regulator over there on here and the pressure switch back on top of that. So not too difficult, but yeah, just a bit of insight if you ever find yourself with a cracked manifold or cracked part in between the pressure switch and your tank. And there we go. After a lot of confusing myself and swearing a bit at myself, it's done. So I swapped out the client's single port pressure switch for multi-port. It just makes it easier to get the safety valve on and the gauge for the tank pressure. So here's the regulator, 1/4 inch regulator, 1/4 inch quick coupler going out, regulated pressure at the back. Yeah, this is what I had to go through. So that's a universal fitting on the tank, 1/2 inch. So I had to go adapt from 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch into the pressure switch. So what took so long, or what took me so long, you guys don't know, but without thinking, or not thinking at all, I went and when this was all stripped, I installed the regulator directly onto the tank, and I wanted to install the pressure switch on top of the regulator and then the quick coupler coming out of the pressure switch, but that would have never worked. It will never work, because initially what you're doing then is you are regulating with the regulator. You'll be regulating the pressure coming into the pressure switch. So if your pressure switch is set to 8 bars and you for one or other reason turn down your pressure on your regulator to 7 bars, the compressor will just run and run and run, because it will probably build up more than 8 bars in the tank. But because you've got your regulator on there, it's telling the pressure switch, well, I'm only at 7 bars, so keep pushing. So you'll end up breaking something. Yeah, hopefully the safety switch. So yeah, don't do what I almost did. But now you've got an idea of how this whole setup is put together and how to sort out a regulator. And I mean, they come in all different sizes and shapes. They will do the same thing, they just have different thread size, multi-port, single port. So yeah, same thing, just a bit different with in terms of fittings. You're going to need to adapt it onto your current installation. So yes guys, that was a quick one. Okay, behind the scenes it took a bit longer, but for you it was a quick one, and I hope it helped someone out there. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and I'll really try my best and post more videos whenever time allows. But for now, thanks again for joining, and I really hope I'm able to help someone out.